radio sound wave.
We have our guest that's joining us right now live in studio, so we want to get to him. I believe he's been with us before, but he came through with like a crew or something like that. I think I may be mistaken.
He wasn't here with a crew last time.
He wasn't here. He wasn't here with a crew last time.
Nah, I was solo last time.
Oh, you solo last time too? Okay. My bad. My mistake. That's
but
what it is.
I have come through. You guys treated me great. Thank you for having me again.
No doubt. Definitely. We got Mr. Pearl Harba here with us live in studio. You know what I'm saying?
Pearl Harba.
Yes,
representing Bushwick.
Thank you guys, man.
Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
It's always dope reconnecting with y'all.
Representing
Absolutely.
Bushwick, Brooklyn, which is a place trying to take over the Puerto Rican Day Parade. They wanted to come to Bushwick.
Oh, yeah.
So you know the Puerto Ricans uptown. They're like, oh,
right.
no, my friend. No, mi gente. No, we stay here, okay? We stay here.
That's right.
We'll take as many parades as we can get. We get one day. Got to make it count.
Actually, that's going down right now as you guys are hearing this. And if you're not hearing it, depending on when you're hearing this, because, you know, our show gets around, you know, different means and different various platforms. You know what I mean? It may have passed by the time you've heard this, but it is actually going down right now.
Yeah.
For those that are hearing it happening. So let's start from there. As someone who of Puerto Rican descent, you know what I'm saying?
We are correct.
Yes, that's correct. That is 100% correct.
Okay.
What does the Puerto Rican Day Parade mean to you? What are some of the memories and then some of the things that it means to you?
To me, it's definitely a day to show your pride and you know, to celebrate our heritage, our culture, and everything. You know, we're strong people. We've been through a lot. You know, recently with Hurricane Maria and what she's done. I was actually on the island 2 weeks ago. Visiting my mom. My mom still lives.
Which part?
Cabo Rojo.
Cabo Rojo. That's in that's mid-south, right?
Yeah. It's a little bit more. It's rural. It's not by San Juan. It's on the other side of the island. Okay. I look at it like two sides. You got the left side, the east and the west side.
Yeah, I'm about to be over there, so that's why.
Yeah, the island. You know, it's not a big island. You know, it's not a big island.
It's a beautiful island, though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It is a beautiful island.
So many people. That's the thing about it. So many people. It's not a big island, but it hits so hard for the world.
Yeah. And then over there, the way it is that you know, everyone's neighbors and they help each other out. So some are doing better than others. From what I've seen, some areas just got hit harder than other areas, and it's mainly it's mainly the electricity that was an issue for certain people. And you know, I got a pretty good tour of the island from my people that were out there, family members and everything. We got around and everything. Everyone's spirits is up. Everyone's, you know, making the best of it and helping each other out. And you know, they kind of just shrug it off and say, you know, we got to keep going and just keep rebuilding. And apparently, it seems like there's going to be a lot of construction going on in the next 2 to 5 years over there. A lot of people coming in trying to buy property. On the cheap.
Now,
on the cheap.
When you say people coming in, are they people Borican?
No, not at all. From what I'm hearing,
it's Puerto Rico, right?
It's Puerto Rico, and it's not Puerto Ricans buying the land. They're buying it from the Puerto Ricans. And one of the reasons they're doing it is I'm hearing that there was a law that was recently passed. I believe he said it was Article 27 or something that just got passed, where there's no tax on the land if you buy it right now.
Wow.
So what I've heard is that Universal Studios themselves, Universal, are buying a big lot out there. They're buying a big, like 200 acres, and they're gonna actually do a movie studio in Puerto Rico, so they could go out there and, you know, shoot the movies and everything.
Shoot like tropical movies or all that.
Mm-hmm.
They have the scenery already right there.
Right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Make it look like, you know, California or whatever they want to do.
Now, does anybody know what the plan is, or if there's a plan or a program in place that's going to reinvest monies that they're doing or going to make from these studios?
It's supposed to
back to the land and to the people that live there?
Well, it's supposed to bring jobs. I know that much.
They always say that.
I don't know if it's going to bring money to the area.
It will, but will it get to the people?
It will, but that's the thing. That's the disconnect right there.
Yeah.
So will it get to the people?
Because we've seen this everywhere.
But they're going to make a killing. I know that's for sure.
So
they're going
question then, I remember people said in Louisiana, preferably New Orleans, that when the levees broke or was busted, whatever you want to say it, people lost their property because the damage went with all the water and everything.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to find a deed to your house, to your home with that. So a lot of people lost their homes or the land because they didn't have no deeds.
Wow.
Is that the same thing for Puerto Rico? Or do the people know, like, hey, listen, Mr. Gonzalez, we know you live there. It's you own it still.
Yeah, with Puerto Rico, a lot of people that do own the land, it's gone back generations. Like let's say your family owns this land. It was probably handed down to you from your grandfather's grandfather.
It's more so known that, that's the Ramirez land over there. That's theirs.
Yeah. It usually goes like that. My family has land, and it's been in the family years. We're talking about 60, 70, 80 years it's been like, that's their property. And that goes for a lot of Puerto Ricans, unless they live in what's our version of projects out there, then that would be different. That would be a landowner with the projects. And
because that's not land that they own. They may have stayed there forever, but they don't own that. That was the government.
But from what I'm hearing, they're going around trying to buy up as much as possible because they're not getting taxed on it.
Right.
It's on the cheap right now because of the damage and everything.
It's called corporate welfare, people. That's what that's called.
And it's crazy because I had this same conversation with an Uber driver. The Uber driver who helped me get to the airport, and we had like it was a long drive. We had like a 2-hour conversation, and he was breaking it down with certain things that he's been hearing because he's in one of the more well-off areas where there's like $1 million housing out there already.
Right.
They're not playing out there. Huh?
Is the $1 million houses, is that towards the west of the island?
It's towards closer to San Juan. That's kind of where all the activities at.
Yeah.
And San Juan, from what I've seen, it's booming. Things are moving.
It is.
I also went to the Mall of America out there, and it was that mall. Wow, when I'm talking about, there wasn't no parking in the outside, in the level, like it was. Just, I think half the island went there just to go to the mall and hang out.
Of course,
but it was just packed. Right. And you can tell that people are still gonna do the tourism. People are still gonna visit the island and everything. So the business part of it is not gonna go away. There's money to be made in Puerto Rico. They know that there's money to be made in Puerto Rico. It's just who's willing to go out there, invest their money, and do the construction. And do the flip, basically.
Right. Wow.
And it just seems the people with the money are gonna win. And
like I said, we've seen this before.
We've seen it played out before. Yeah.
But your family still has all the.
We still have all our land and everything.
Okay, good. Definitely. So when we go out there, Kev, I mean, you got a spot already.
Yeah, and I'm moving more towards the east side.
But when I come out,
but they want me to go to the west.
But when I come out there, I'm gonna come see Pearl Harba, you know what I'm saying? People.
Oh, you can pass by. My mother has her business called Comado de los Gomez.
Oh, what does she sell?
It's basically like a bakery / grocery store.
Okay,
is what we do. So
that's what's up.
Get your coffee.
That's what's
up.
My side is have over there. On
a Comado. Yeah. It's basically our version of the grocery store, the deli that has whatever you need, and they cook.
All right.
All kind of things and everything. So definitely, if you're in the area in Cabo Rojo, I will let her know. You will get she will comp you on the meal, whatever's going on.
I can put some in my pocket.
That's what's up.
I don't know about the pocket thing.
Can't put some in my pocket.
She might be like, hey. But
I don't know, my friend. I don't know.
She makes a mean lunch though. She makes a mean lunch. She's known for her lunches.
I've never heard that term before. Say one more time.
Mean lunch?
She makes a mean lunch.
She makes a mean lunch.
I've never heard anybody use that before.
Lunch is a big thing in Puerto Rico. Lunch is a big thing.
But a mean lunch,
well, actually, historically, dinner was lunch. At one point.
See,
but then dinner became more of a bigger thing when people started working in the factories and they were away from home longer hours. So that was the only time they got to actually do the big, dinner thing. It was like towards the end of the day at night
dinner
when
was
they came
in
home.
the daytime.
But dinner used to be in the daytime.
Yeah, you were exactly right.
It's that Little House on the Prairie talk you talking about right now. Showed you, the
exactly.
triangle. Ding, ding, ding.
6 o'clock. Be at the house, ring the bell, get the food ready, and
that's right.
And overeat. Time to overeat.
Absolutely. It's Thermal Soundwaves, the natural alternative to fast food radio, Track Life Radio, WLGK. We hear C.Truth, Kev Lawrence with Pearl Harba, who has a brand new album out called Hold On. Great album.
Oh, thank you.
Great album. You know what I mean? We've been bumping the joint with Brianna Marine. You know what I mean? Don't be mad.
Don't be mad. Thank you.
One of my favorite joints. Is she like doing her own thing? Because I got familiar with her from hearing her on your album.
Okay, yes. Brianna Marin is doing a lot of things. She's actually from Cali.
Okay, what part?
And I'm not sure because it's more like an internet.
Okay.
We vibe through the internet. And I don't really ask people exactly where they're from, but I know she's from Cali, and she's been working with a lot of people in the industry. She's been doing a lot of hook works. And she's worked with Dream Life Beats a lot. Collab with Dream Life Beats, and I have done about 2 or 3 songs on his production.
Gotcha.
So that's how I got familiar with her. And yeah, she could sing. Right?
Yeah,
doesn't she have a great voice?
She's dope.
She does. She's
very
dope.
Definitely. And you did a joint with our family, Napoleon. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Napoleon, that's
Hollywood
family.
Poe.
Yeah, Hollywood Poe. He's just out of control right now.
Hollywood
But he's doing
Poe.
well. He's doing well. So,
That's-
but we
We
like to
boy
say that
there.
we joke.
we like to
no,
mess with him.
I know.
Yo,
We get that
Napoleon, they was
from-
talking crazy about you, yo. Nah, you gotta do that, son.
Him, Bizarro, they all Hollywood. They know that. They know
Bizarro too.
Oh,
yeah.
Bizarro.
is
They
crazy
know.
Hollywood
Trust
too. He like to act like he's not, but Bizarro, you Hollywood also.
Yo,
Bizarro.
Bizarro, we went. I'm sorry. I'm in Johannesburg, Africa.
Exactly.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
In a year.
Exactly. I'm not playing out here. Yeah. I'm on tour. I'm still making beats.
Yeah. The whole be Baz. Yeah. So
Need a passport to come see me.
with Napoleon and Innocent, we did a joint on my first album.
Shout out to Innocent.
Yeah. So I brought them both back for the second album because our collab was so dope on the first one that I go off the vibes, and with them it's just like you would think we was in the same studio when we worked the verses, but we weren't.
Right.
But the vibe is there. That's why when there's a certain beat that I hear and I know it's a collabo, I try to put whoever I feel goes best on it.
Right.
And yeah, they did their thing, man. Again, I can't complain with the fellas, man.
Definitely. Now, your artwork, you got, the sneakers over the utility line. We know what that means when you got sneakers over the utility line, but explain in your own words and to the people like what that represents for you, because that's your artwork on your album cover. So
yeah, so the artwork, there's a few things going on there. Obviously, the sneakers that you see and the Timbs and everything, that's kind of like a throwback to the 90s. The sneakers over the wire basically means this the block where we have to work at. That's
bravo.
That is one of the that's one of the meanings in the hood for that.
Gomez.
And
Blanco.
Bushwick.
and the sky in the back kind of represents the first album. That's kind of a throwback. If you see the artwork from the first album, I also had a sneaker on there, and I just kind of wanted it to make it seem like a sequel.
Okay.
Without saying part 2.
Gotcha.
And yeah, just hold on. Just the name of the album, I felt like a lot of people. I want them to hold on to what's real to them, and that could mean a million things to different people.
Right.
But just hold on. Just try to keep it together, please, people. I know things is crazy out there.
Yeah.
I know it's been a rough few years with this president we have and everything, but just hold on. Things will eventually get better.
How do you feel about the president and what he was accused of not opening up supplies for Puerto Rico?
Oh, I can't stand it.
And was that true? Let me ask you, from your family being there, was that true that was going on, or was TV just lying?
No, it was a combination of things, but yeah, he wasn't really trying to even hear our governor. He wasn't trying to really he didn't really care about the Puerto Rican people. He had said at one point oh, it wasn't that bad, or like only 40 or 60 people had died.
That's right.
And then when the reports came back,
it was
I don't know the exact number, but I know it was over 4,000 people had died.
60 alone the first couple of days at my lady's area.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
In her alone.
Wow.
Yeah. But people
Aguadilla, okay, yeah.
People who knew that it was way worse than what he was talking about.
He was trying to sugarcoat it.
That was the first couple of days that she told me that.
Yeah, and how do you sugarcoat a disaster being a president?
He's a despicable individual.
Yeah,
just straight up.
I wanted to reach through the TV when I saw him throwing the paper towel.
Remember,
that's the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen.
Remember, he's the dude that took out an $85,000 ad to have the 5 kids in the Central Park 5 executed
when they were innocent.
So imagine if that would have went down.
Yeah, that he does what's good for him. He's a very selfish individual.
He's a disgusting
individual.
He is a horrible
disgusting individual.
guy.
There's a lot of words.
There's a lot of words you can say.
Yeah,
presidentially, if that is even a term, he does some things and we can say, "Oh, he did that for us." I'm gonna be honest. He's a horrible, all that guy. And sometimes I look at some of the things he does, and they'd be like, "Wow, even President Obama didn't do that."
It's tricky with politics because they'll do.
He don't have no side.
No, he has a side.
Well,
his side,
he
right?
has a side.
Yes.
He's a despicable individual. All that stuff to be thrown out there. Oh yeah, he did this. That's just to make you think he's doing things for you. That's all that is.
Now, with that part, another section of that question that we asked about, how do you feel about the thing that happened when they were throwing paper towels and everything? Were there or are there political people in Puerto Rico that actually go with that, where they actually didn't want the people over there to have that, so they really just want them to have it and keep y'all crazy, like keep you down? Like they actually was loving what he was doing.
Well, I would say this: the political scene in Puerto Rico right now is not a good one, because there's been certain people who have been accused of being dirty politicians and like money being missing. You know, we were in debt before Hurricane Maria for a reason, because the money and resources that have been getting to the government have been allocated the way they were supposed to be.
Was it that lady that was in charge of Puerto Rico? Or was she the mayor? I think,
yeah.
What's her name? Do you know her name?
I do not know her name right now. I'm drawing a blank. See, with politics, I don't get too much into politics because I don't feel like a lot of politicians are, like you said, like they kind of play both sides of the fence. If you look at their records, there's a lot of politicians that will 1 year vote this way for something, and then when it's convenient, flip their vote because this one wants them to vote. And when you look at a lot of their track records, they did something once where they put on paper Obama's accomplishments and non-accomplishments, and they put Trump's accomplishments and non-accomplishments, and they kind of like didn't put a name to it. And they were very, very close on paper of how they voted for certain things and did certain things. And it's just kind of like a political thing where
it's all a game.
Where it's like, I'm going to go with what benefits me for right now. But as soon as the tide changes, then they got to go this way. So you might get footage on Hillary Clinton saying she's pro this, and then you're going to also find footage saying she's against it. Because they flip-flop so much.
Right.
And in Puerto Rico, I've been hearing for years that there's corrupt politicians who pocket the money, and it doesn't go to the schools, it doesn't go to the communities, and then we've just been getting this debt. There was $70 million that no one knows where it went. Like, how does that happen? You know? If that actor was talking about it, he knows, you know, I'm not really well versed in my politics.
No, that's cool.
But I do follow some of the things, and there's this actor.
Please don't say Sean Penn.
No, it was he's Puerto Rican.
That dude's an agent.
The actor from El
Chapo,
Carlitos Way, the one who
Guzman.
Yes, Luis Guzman. Thank you, Luis Guzman.
Oh, that's
he was he was really talking out about it, and I was following him. I follow him on the IG, and he was talking out about it, about the corrupt politicians and where did the money go, and how come we don't have any answers, and it's our people doing it to our people. Basically, you know, what has happened in the past. A lot of times, you know, people they could say, hey, I'm 100% for you and this, that, and the third, but it's the actions that count.
Exactly. It's Thermal Sound Waves, a natural alternative to fast food radio. We here with Pearl Harba, chopping it up. Now, what are some of the things and some of the elements or subjects or what have you that goes into your art, that goes into your music, that influence you as far as like what you write about?
As far as I love to use real experiences. I love my main thing is I like to make music that people can relate to. You know, so I always try to talk about things that are important to me, but I don't go about it in a one-dimensional way. Mm-hmm. So one song I might be talking about, you know, how anything's possible, sky's the limit, we could make it happen. The next song I might talk about how hard my life has been, you know, and the next song I might just talk about how, hey, I'm just upset and I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to deal with, you know, because I feel as an artist, you got to express different emotions. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't want you to hear the record and say, well, this guy's just happy all the time, or this guy's just negative all the time, or whatever. You know, I like to keep it broad. Right. You know, because people go through a lot in life. Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes you in a party having a great time. You got your people there. You have family. You're having a great time. And then sometimes you got to deal with someone's death. You know, every day brings something new. So you just never know. And I try to keep my subject matter broad, but to real life experiences.
What's the most difficult thing that you've had to overcome, if you care to share that with the people out there?
With music? With the music industry or just in general?
Just in general.
In general, just, you know, with people, a lot of people, it's kind of like politics. It's very close to politics where people will sometimes pretend to be on your side or say they, you know, this, that, you know, a lot of people talk a good talk. Right. And, you know, again, you got to go by people's actions and kind of like the long run thing, because in the long run, the truth will come out. That's funny. He said, C.Truth. In the long run, you know, you see people for who they really are. And a lot of times, you know, when you first meet somebody, they'll make the great impression and they'll yes you to death and everything's great. And in the long run, you'll know if that's sincere or not. Right. And a lot of times, the hardest thing is when people let you down, you know. And I'm pretty sure maybe I haven't lived up to certain people's expectations. You know, I'm not 100%, you know, no one's perfect. Right. And I think in the long run, that's sometimes difficult where either you feel you might have let somebody down or somebody might have let you down. And, you know, I've learned to not really hold on to anything negative, kind of let it go, take things as they are during that time frame, because you just never know what's going to happen next month. Your circumstances might change, everything might be different. So I don't, you know, try to be too negative. I always try to keep it positive, you know, with most circumstances.
Absolutely. Definitely. Well, the name of the album is called Hold On. It's by Pearl Harba. It's a good album. Got some great music on there, some great hip-hop music, you know what I'm saying? Let people know where they can get the piece, where they can get more information on yourself as well, like all your social media and so forth.
Oh, definitely. On any social media, you can find me at Pearl Harba. And the way I spell it is regular spelling Pearl, Harba. So Pearl Harba with a BA at the back end. And you can find me on all social media there. And as far as any music, you could go to iTunes and search Pearl Harba. You could go to Spotify, Tidal. I'm in all digital music stores. So it's there. YouTube, same thing. Just type in Pearl Harba the way I spell it, not Pearl Harba like Hawaii. Right. And I actually brought y'all a copy of the album. I did something different this time around with the album.
This is military tags.
Yeah, you know, to go along with the Pearl Harba thing. Oh, it's a 2 gig. It's a 2 gig USB, and it has the music on there. And I did it that way to adapt to what's going on now with CDs.
Right.
You know, a lot of people told me, hey, I might not have somewhere to play this CD this time around. So I was like, all right, so I got to switch it up. So I did the flash drives 2 gig.
Nice.
And that has all the music and everything.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Definitely.
And thank you for coming through and sharing your story, you know, especially about the whole situation that's been going on with Puerto Rico. The true story from someone that knows and, you know, have people that's there. You know what I mean?
Man, it was great to be on the island, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
you go out there and you just want to relax.
It's a beautiful place.
You just want to chill. You just want to get on your hammock.
Yeah.
Get something to drink and just chill out and feel that breeze. It's paradise over there.
Coming through there with a stomach. Coming through there later on this couple of weeks with a stomach.
You'll be out there, aguadilla hanging.
Right.
Oh, can I talk about last night? Real quick.
Real quick.
Shout out to Hakim Green from Channel Live.
Channel Live.
What about
my brother?
Spoken Madism.
He put out his new album, Madism. Do you want the smoke? Who Wants to Smoke? Madism, Who Wants to Smoke is out. Check him out. It's on his website at madism.info, and it's only $4.20. $4.20. $4.20. And it was great. Little Mama passed by. Evil D was on the 1 and 2s.
Evil D.
It was crazy night last night. So I just want to shout out my brother. He was in New York.
Definitely. So it's Thermal Sound Waves, a natural alternative to fast food radio.
Thermal Sound Wave.